When did you join the Society of Jesus?
In the year 1960.
That's a very long time.
50 years ago, 50 exact years ago.
Okay. And what inspired you to join the society? Yeah.
Well, of course, it's aims and goals at that time of teaching. And I also learned by teaching. I learned, especially when I came to India, I had to learn Hindi, Santali, Bengali. And through these, I learned also what a person is, not only just teaching, he thinks he's, superior to others, but while teaching, small people, poor people teach us also how to especially go about in the practical life.
Right. And like, how big was Xavier's in your total career span? Like, how long were you in Xavier's Sahibganj?
I was from 1975.
75 to 80.
No, 1 minute. Then I was there for 8 years as in charge.
Right.
Then I went 2 years to Timpahar and came back till 90.
Yep.
1990, I left.
Yes, that's what I remember.
For Dumka.
Right. And how would you rate, or how would you look at Xavier Sahibganj among all the other schools that you spent time in?
It's very encouraging that there is a lot of development, and what is wonderful with St. Xavier Sahibganj, that it managed to open a second stream for the poor people.
True.
First, by opening St. Ignatius Hostel, where we said we will educate 110 with concessions. After that, lately they opened the Hindi trend,
right,
where there are almost 500 in the hostel.
Yep.
But I feel that is too much to think.
That's true. Compared to the times when we were running the English medium hostel.
Our times also not only were different. In general, we were more abiding. By what our superiors tell us.
True.
Nowadays, sometimes they know more even us, and they go their own way.
And more people relish and cherish the times when, the English medium boarding school was there.
So much so, I feel, the fact that they kept their relationship.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays they come to be educated, even if later on they manage to acquire good posts, good salaries. They won't really look at us.
They don't look at the past.
There was some satisfaction, even though we worked hard, even we were trying to keep discipline, but still there was a very nice atmosphere. Very free we were.
Yeah, and we almost, even till now, I see a lot of old teachers, they almost recognize every student, or the students, old students recognize almost every teacher about the contributions that they've done for each other. So yeah, that I agree with you is missing in the current generation.
For example, I spent lately 10 years in a high school, higher secondary school. They all come and they are educated at the time. Hello, father, good morning, good evening. But after that, nothing. No
reciprocation.
Contact, no relationship anymore.
That's true.
So this is very unfortunate. In fact, the society everywhere tries, even with the Hindi and the Bengali mediums, to keep this alumni business, of keeping a relationship which teaches us also how to improve.
True.
Because boys, they are very educated nowadays. They get a good, not only salary, but very high posts where they teach us. They tell us, Father, you should do this, you do that, nowadays.
That's true. Actually, I was reading the Xavier's Silver Jubilee, the souvenir, if you remember. And you had an excerpt in there, you had a writing in there, and I was looking at some of the historical, not the historical, some of the other articles in there. And there was mention about the goal of what the Society of Jesus wants to do is the total development of a human being. It's not just education. You just build up a person completely ground up.
I put it as the clarion call for full development.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's what I feel that was the success factor for people who studied during those times when the English medium hostel was running. Everybody I meet today, they're not just people successful in their lives, but they're also like real proper.
And also, I'm very sorry to say, it's not only from the point of view of students, even from the point of view of us. The society has changed so much that even our way of approach, we think it is very developed, and there are so many skills nowadays. Still, those skills are not put into practice.
True.
Of calling a boy, come sit down. How are you? How do you do?
That's true.
How are you feeling? Is there any way in which I can help you? It's marvelous, actually, those days.
That's true. So in Xavier's, what was your most memorable? I mean, you were in Xavier's for a very critical and turning point. You've seen a lot of milestones. You saw Mother Teresa come in. You've seen the old hall move to the new hall. You've seen a lot of turning points in Xavier's. So they could be different angle or different nature, but what was your most memorable event that you saw in Xavier's?
First of all, I mean the upkeep of everybody passing, except one, I think one field, because his mother died and he got disturbed.
Right.
It was all passed. And then there was Mr. Munshi. For us, he was enlightenment, that person. How
joining in Xavier's.
And accepts everybody as a person, wonderful person, and so intelligent, and able to guide both the child as well as the adult. And though it did not happen during my time, the moment Father Vargas Palli took over, then we had co-education till the end.
Right.
Which I did not, I could not. When I tried it, they said, no, that we need, imagine, permission from Rome. From our general at that time.
Right.
Yeah. But now things have changed. You cannot blame the past.
Yeah.
The past is the phase where it develops into another step,
True.
which could be better and more praiseworthy.
So what again would be the most memorable that you could recollect among these?
Among these, well, I would say, I don't know, it's not in the academical, but in relationship. Those famous picnics that we used to go far away.
We went to Moti Jharna, recently in Rajmahal. Yeah, we went there to Moti Jharna, and then it was fun to see that place again after so many years.
Barharwa,
Tin Pahar, Dhobi Jharna,
etc., etc.
Yeah.
Wonderful, those things.
So talking about people,
But also, I mean, in the what do you call the campus itself, we kept on, everybody who came added something wonderful.
Right.
And on my part, was those laboratories and hall.
True.
Which we did not have a hall.
Yeah.
And we had no money.
Yeah.
Imagine we were paying the teachers for 100 rupees.
Those days.
Yes.
Yeah.
I always try to live in the present. The past, there are past glories, future, there can be, but now what we can do. And it's not always easy to have that, what is in your vision becomes what they call a mission to be put in practice.
True. And speaking of teachers, like you said about Mr. Munshi, his big warm welcomes and big good mornings. Hello, Mr. And this resonates in the ear. Who would be the 2 or 3 most memorable people that you would remember in Xavier's?
I appreciate it very much, P.K. Acharya.
Right.
And M.K. Bishwas.
Yeah.
Although he was very quiet, he did a lot for the school, also in the maths line and the science line.
P.K. Bishwas, Mr.
P.K. Bishwas. The others also were very, very faithful, in their own way. like also the Palika
Srivastava, yeah.
she also remains so young and so faithful and able to talk with the boys and girls so freely.
Right.
Not everybody is able to do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not everybody is a student's favorite.
These four especially, I would say, because later on, St. David began 2 sections, 3 sections, 4 sections, teachers coming a galore. I lost count, I'm sorry.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So moving on from teachers to students, who would be the most memorable student that you could remember?
These are very
or
vast,
few, yeah. Very big C, right? Okay, let me start with the easier question. Who would be the most notorious student that you could remember? I know you whacked literally everybody. You whacked me for like plucking mangoes. You whacked everybody for plucking mangoes. But
there was one Sanjay Kumar,
right.
Tall fellow. You remember him?
I don't. Which batch was he?
He's earlier, much earlier to you. No?
Okay, late 70s.
Maybe 78, 80.
It's okay.
And then locally. There was a boy, I forgot actually his name now. He used always do so much improvement. He was always, the head of the class.
Right.
And he got, teaching in government schools. And there are so many, because for me, I myself was a naughty boy. The only one. For the Karnas were very good. Karna, Rohit. You have never met Rohit?
Rohit Karna, yes, I met him. He was just 3 years senior to me. So.
Me 3-4 times. Very nice people.
Right.
But one who I sent only one boy from the hostel. And that fellow, when I went to Patna, he was taking me all around like very so shy.
That was good. So who was the most, go ahead. You were saying something?
Kaushik, what was his name?
Biswas?
Kashyap. Not the Bengali Kashyap, whose father was involved in the building at the Shantiniketan, Rabindranath Tagore's, what they call halls and this and that.
Right.
And he was the one also who helped me to make that hall a little, how shall I say, a little of a good stage.
Presentation,
interior decoration. I could not do much, whatever, it's painting. And acoustics.
That time the acoustics.
That time, yes.
That's true.
But the problem was always money there.
Yeah.
Imagine, we began with half a lakh of rupees.
Right.
And that hall, we built it with 2.5 lakhs.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Right.
Then it went into 4 lakhs.
Yeah.
Nowadays, these must be 1.5, 2 crores.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
You're talking about 70s and 80s,
Yes.
It's of course a lot of money that time, 2.5 lakhs. So, talking about students, now coming to the difficult part of the question. So, who were the more memorable students for you? I mean, it could be 2 or 3 or whatever.
Among the Chinese, were also the Chinese.
Yeah. There was a huge bunch of them.
Yes. I liked Pio Chung.
Yeah.
And what's his name in this talk? Tony. Tony's brother-in-law. Now mostly Pio Chung for studies.
Right.
The others were on the practical side. There, most of them.
Right.
But then from the other groups, I liked also this Chatterjee, who has become a professor here.
Himadri Chatterjee.
Chatterjee.
Right.
And from Malla also, there is Bishwas.
Joy Biswas?
Joy. No.
Nishit Biswas?
He is in
Nishit Biswas?
He is Nishit. He is in the tires and galvanizing business.
Okay, I'll find out his name. I'll put it up here again.
I'm beginning to forget a lot of names.
Well, too many students passed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And lately, I mean, I'm having this problem of not exactly dementia, but I forget a lot.
Yeah,
Who
it's
the people, not the face, but the names.
right. So
Yeah, this is myself, so I have not to be ashamed. This is myself.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And don't worry, it's not just you. Even young people forget. A lot of young
There
people.
also were those boys from Nathnagar,
Right.
those Marwaris, you know. Yes, they were very decent people.
Right.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So, if I recollect, you were also into a lot of sports, just like Father George. You used to play with the school kids, and like I saw you play hockey and football with us.
Hockey, I was not a champion.
But you did play. You did bring out the stick and whack a few times.
Continued even in the college when I went to study Darjeeling.
Right.
We won the interdisciplinary.
That's good. Wow, that's awesome. So
It was goalkeeper, mind you. The last resort.
not much of a movement there, I guess. So which one was your favorite sport? Or which is your favorite sport all along?
Sport.
Yeah.
Football, of course.
You like that, didn't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was a time when I was in Maharashtra, I was playing basketball. And I liked it, but I was never a champion.
But speaking of sports, there's one thing that really reminds me, which is very like you and your signature. You did for more than 1 year in a row. You used to do pyramids, human pyramids. What drove you to do that, and how did you come up with that idea? You had like so many formations and very complex formations. Kids got hurt a bit, but you made it through. You made people do those pyramids, and we have pictures like huge, those cheerleader kind of very high pyramids, human pyramids.
Yes, first of all, before I came to St. Xavier's, there were already very simple pyramids. Then I came to Calcutta, bought a book on sports and pyramids, and then we elaborated more and more. It was quite a good show at that time.
Yeah, it was exciting.
It was expected to have it during sports.
Yeah, it was a wonderful show during that time. Oh, that's kind of nice. And so, where are your whereabouts these days? Where are you nowadays? Apart from your ailing from this recent surgery, where are you posted nowadays?
So, after St. Xavier's, they sent me to Masan Jordan.
Right.
Hindi. So I had to polish my Hindi again. And I was not happy in the sense of, I was already in Bengal. And then they sent me to again Bihar. So within 2 years, I came to, it's called Dalkola.
Yeah.
Dalkola and Kishinganj in between.
Right.
So that is a Bengali high school and higher secondary. I was there for 10 years.
Right.
Not as a headmaster, but as administrator and secretary.